Hello there and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are well. Than my internet connection for a con stream for the last 2 days. I really tried it. Believe me. But the Omnissiah just wasn't pleased of me, it seems. I work on this, I promise. Anyways. What I've brought for you today is a user request someone wrote in the comments. If you have any wishes or suggestions, let me know them down in the comments. And if you are already on the way there, you will find the follow and like button you are free to hit. The wish mentioned a Sanguinius deck. And I have to say, I always loved the Big Angel since the rework. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
A fury within cries out for blood. It cannot be sated.
The way I played Sanguinius has always been a Requiem-Mission Deck. It is fairly easy for him to complete it, for it only needs to be triggered 5 times, and the active ability of him is to do it 1 time without the loss of a card. Meanwhile, we only play Astartes or Infantry, which lets the reckoning of him go down pretty fast. But the most dangerous he become is when he completed the mission and he transformed into the Great Angel. The mission's reward Grieving Pain includes the Warlord for the double trigger, and we always gain +2 attack when something next to us dies. Together with the Unstoppable and a active Blade and Carmine, the Great Angel shreds the health bar of your opponent's Warlord. That Requiem can be triggered, we need some sacrifice material we find in 1 copy of Displaced Civilians. When we go second, which is rarely because we have high initiative, we could get a second one by our counterattack. The maybe best way to trigger it next to Sanguinius' ability is Tracheos Squad. It's a YOLO-in troop who deal a very high amount of damage, with Sanguinius' passive even more, just to die right away and trigger all Requiem next to it. Always an auto-include in every Blood Angels deck. Command Bridge is here for consistency. Try to get some crucial cards like Blade and Carmine, Crimson Spectre, Host of Angels or Spear of Telestor. Harem Squad is a good way to get some stacks in the early game. You can play it at 3 energy together with Sanguinius active to deal 2 damage and get a stack for your mission. A Prophecy Revealed is both our anti-stealth as well as good drawing power. Since we play a Primarch and the mission, we only start with 1 other card in our hand, which is the biggest downside of this deck. I like to play Furioso Squad more than the bigger brother Venemon Veterans, just because the Furioso gets health when triggering Requiem. And this can become very dangerous very fast, as you will see in the games afterwards, especially when it gets triggered twice. Sergeant Arvent is just a good basic unit. It has a lot of durability power, which is always good in this deck. Furver's Command is our second resource for card draw. Try to combine it with Sanguinius' ability, like most of the other cards in the deck, so technically it costs 1 energy more, but then gives us the Requiem ability instantly. Moonsilver Blade is the finisher card. Combine it with Blade and Carmine, and you deal 6 damage to the enemy Warlord for 4 energy and even draw a card on top. The buff rests in the opponent's turn, so you can also use it against aggro decks to slow them down by not hitting back in their turn. Blade and Carmine, often spoken about until now, is one of the key cards in every Sanguinius deck. It gives us Bloodthirst, which lets us both use our active to trigger Requiem 2 times, or with the mission even 4 times, and on the other side grants a huge lethal range, for Sanguinius has Unstoppable, and can always bash into the enemy warlord. Together with Moonsilver Blade, we already deal 10 damage by attacking. When something dies next to us, we gain additional 1 attack, with the mission reward even 2. Moritat's Tuberel has 2 uses in this deck, and interestingly, both have nothing to do with the actual ability of the card, but we don't care about it. First, it's a good stat unit with 6/6 and a drop pod to protect it, all for 5 energy. That leads to a huge tempo play. Because of this, he is a perfect tool for hard removal. So place him next to some Requiem units and the opponent has to waste his cards to remove him, while he triggers Requiem and can't use the cards for our bigger units then. So basically he's a living target disc who cries "hit me." My personal favorite unit is the Angel's Tears. It just brings in so much tempo and damage to close out the game. You will see the unbelievable barrages this card unleashes in the games later on. I just say, get ready for some rage quits. Cyavan Terminators are our defense card. We play it for the durability this thing brings in. With active Grieving Pain, it's nearly unkillable. Spear of Telestor is the hard remove. We play 1 copy, for 2 are mostly too much, and I don't want to discard something else for it. Most of the time, Airlifted Reserves are a good resource card, but too slow. Not in this deck. In most situations, I either played this card for free, or when I already had the advantage and always profited out of it. 1 copy is justified, especially because we lack cards. Host of Angels is another must include. It gives us just so many bodies to sacrifice in the next turn that the mission mostly gets achieved automatically when played. One of the most broken cards in the whole game is Sanguinary Guard. I don't think I have to say more about it. Crimson Spectre is the second one, goes by same. The last is by far the most debatable. There are some reasons why I play Venerable Jophiel. He has a good Requiem, and at 10 energy I can instantly trigger it, and 10 will be the case when you most play him. We have some other cards in the mid-game who are tracking the hard remove on them, like the mentioned Moritat or Sanguinary Guard. So mostly the enemy will have played at least 1 hard remove until then, and if he can't hard remove this card, we have a huge beatstick on the board which protects us 1 or 2 turns until we win the game with Unstoppable of Sanguinius himself. Some last wise words: try to achieve the mission as fast as possible. Don't forget that it gives you Warlord Survivor 5 too, not only the double trigger. Make yourself good thoughts when you want to transform Sanguinius. The Great Angel may have a very powerful ability, but he won't be able to trigger your troops' Requiem for free. At last, don't waste your troops, for you have a limited amount of drawing power, and when you are out of cards, you mostly lost the game. Now I wish you a lot of fun with the games. I have to admit that I played Teacher's Luck before, as you will see.
For Baal, for Terra, and the Emperor of Mankind. I am my father's son, and always will be.
We have changed, adapted to a new reality.
I am my father's son, and always will be.
We are Legion! This is about victory! True victory!
eyes deceive you. You failed to see the bigger picture.
Only death can pay our golden future's toll.
I long to hear of something other than death.
I am my father's son, and always will be.
Welcome the end of light.
I am my father's son, and always will be.
True sons to me! For Cthonia! Is not an absolute.
Will you attempt to hold me back like Dorn?
One might as well attempt to chain the wind. son, and always will be.
Fight as one!
Nothing is lost. Not Kaz, not this fight.
May our futures fly beyond this battle.
Hostiles are on us.